How's it going, everyone? Parth with ATL JDM here to show off another one of our imports. Today we're going to be looking at this 1993 Subaru Sambar. It's a truck, obviously. It is an extended cab, which is a hard find, pretty rare, uncommon. And it is also supercharged, so, you know, knocking off major checkpoints. Factory AC, four-wheel drive, locking diff. This thing is the K-truck everybody wants. If you've ever driven these things, you know you're going 5 gears of slow. And this one, you know, we've had one with a turbocharger that was another make. We had a van that was supercharged also. Those engines just make the difference in these trucks and vans. Like, that's what people kind of think in their head, how they drive, I feel like, until they actually drive them. Which, again, you know, they're not meant to go fast. They're for Japan's emissions. But when you find something like this, you know, it's got some blemishes, but you just got to jump on it. Just a little more about this one too. This was actually the same one that we sold a few months back to our good friend Indy in North Carolina. He actually bought it for his property, same thing that Steven's going to be doing, and he just kind of got tired of it, mainly because he wanted something fast, because all of his buddies got fast cars. So he's trading this one in. He's got a Mitsubishi Diamante, this unicorn car we found with a 3.0 all-wheel drive, like everything that, again, I thought that car didn't exist until we finally found it. And basically I just bought it back from him because I know the truck is awesome. And I had a customer looking for an extended cab Daihatsu, and I was like, dude, screw the Daihatsu, get the supercharged Sambar. It's going to be way better. So I'm just going to do some laps, and that's kind of the backstory behind this thing. I didn't do a video on it last time because we picked it up from the port. Indy wanted his truck, so we just came back home after driving, and literally the next day, you know, Rick went up to North Carolina and dropped it off to Indy, and he's just been using it on his property. Barely put any miles on it. Still in the same good condition. Again, a few things here and there. It's a 20-something-year-old car. So one of the biggest issues, and I'm sure everyone's seen it, I've always said in my videos, Japan does not do a good paint job. Phenomenal mechanics, but they're not good at painting cars. This one, for the most part, is not like super terrible. The only big parts where it's kind of bad is on this piece, which is, you know, not the greatest. But again, it's the back of the truck, it's the bed. Truck beds aren't meant to be clean. This one does have a cover on it. It's going to get rhino lined once Steven gets it. But it's got this cover that is held down by these little pillars. And underneath is, you know, white. Discolored. All these trucks mainly come white. Engine's right there. But you can see, you know, it's a work truck. That's what they use them for. You know, all the rust is just minor surface rust. You'll see a good bit of it on the tailgate, sorry. And again, just the paint's kind of like, eh. And then all these flaps also fold down. This one is held up by that chain, which you could easily remove. I guess this one fell off in customs or over time, which I could just put another chain over there, but don't know if Indy, or not Indy, but I don't know if, I'm gonna let Steven do what he wants to do to his truck. It does have a little dent right here. And I think there was a dent on this side also. A couple scrapes right here. You can see some, just where the water was running for 20-something years. And then there was a little paint chip right here. Again, it's a little truck. It's a little work truck, you know. Inside's really clean, you know, not much to complain about. Do have some scratching on the plastics over just time, you know, people putting their crap there and sliding it back and forth. Did change the shifter. This is the Japanese radio, so it only goes up to 900 FM. I usually get a Bluetooth adapter, 20 bucks on Amazon, and you can listen to your music. Not sure how good the speakers are in here, but the radio does work. So I can only pick up like talk show radios. AC is ice cold. AC is ice cold. No bullshit. I promise you, it is colder than my Unos. Like, it is really, really awesome. You do have your one cup holder in the back, which is badass. Extended cab. You got enough space to fit what Steven wants to fit, which are some guns. And on this side, you've got nothing. On this side, you have a window, which is pretty badass. I like that. You've also got two outlets, which I need to see if they even work. I'm sure they do because, hold on, let me see if I can, I don't know, it's a little too daylight, but yeah. That bulb's not working, and that bulb's not working. But you got like little lights in the back, so when you're cruising at night, have a little party back here. That switch is located in the front. Random Toyota mats. Nothing to hide. I mean, I'm just gonna keep them on there because might as well not ruin the original mat. You got some meaty Yokohamas. I think Indy put those on when he first got it. Look to have a good bit of life still left in them. Guy's gonna cut grass, so I gotta talk a little louder now. And yeah, I mean, oh, this thing, that's why I walked over here. So this thing, Customs didn't even find this thing or see it, which is very rare. And if I was like an international drug smuggler, which I'm not, I would have definitely hid some shit in here. So you have to, oh, Steven, I'm doing this for you. So you can, I told you there's a little secret cubby. You unlock this side. This side, you gotta like push down and unlock. Sorry to do it with one hand. There we go. It's like a little extra shelf. I just fit. Now that's definitely not factory. That's wood. But he just fit it in there perfect. Like you can see. I mean, it wasn't like a shoddy job or anything. He ran that fucker all the way down there. I don't think that's factory. It couldn't be. This wouldn't have been wood. I don't know. Did all the cool shit over there, so it could be. What else? I think that's gonna be it. I'm telling you, man, I'm driving around Douglasville, Georgia, if you know where the fuck that is. And everyone that sees me in this thing is just like flabbergasted. They're like, what the hell? This window is so cool. Alright, let me turn it on real fast. I already did the driving video. I did that on the way here, so my bad. Still getting used to this new Osmo. Hit the off button. It is carbureted too, so Steven, just a heads up, might have to give it a few love pumps before turning it on. Alright guys, gotta do some driving and call it a day. Got caffeine in the morning. Oh my god, this road is garbage. So I'm actually filming the driving first because I'm driving to the place I'll do the walk around. But I actually am gonna put the walk around before the driving, and mainly for the customer who will be buying this truck. Steve in Louisiana. Drivability wise, I mean, if you've ever driven a K truck, I know the camera doesn't do it much justice, but dude, we're going fast as shit, like way faster than a K truck. The immediate, you know, like, I mean, just the immediate acceleration with the Supercharger is just, it's how a K truck should drive. I still gotta get used to that clutch. It's been a while. And like right now, if I was in a normal Subaru Sambar, I'd be struggling to go up this hill. Right now I'm in third, and I'm just like, you can definitely sense and feel, and you can definitely tell a lot of power, the power difference between a normal non-supercharged, and I mean anything, even the turbo Daihatsus we've gotten in, the Mitsubishis we've gotten in, significantly faster, a lot better, more ideal, I guess, for driving. And you know, I'm sure I went over in the walk around, this one's got all the, you know, all the equipment to go with that Supercharger, the locking diff, 4-wheel drive, the ice cold AC I'm about to turn on because I'm kind of baking right now. We're like, this is 80 kilometers, so I mean, I know it doesn't look like we're going very fast, but we're hauling some ass right now. Remember, these things only weigh like 1,100 pounds, I think, like a little over 1,000. But it rides really good when the road's not shitty. It's got some pretty fat tires on it. Every time I see, you know, supercharged or turbocharged K-Doshas, I always do my best to try to buy them. Mainly because this is kind of what people in their head think about K-trucks and vans, how they drive, until you actually drive one and you're like, okay, you know, the trade-off is I've got a badass little truck and van, but, you know, at the end of the stick too is you're going slow as shit and you're not getting the same amount of oomph as you would in this thing, or any of the turbocharged other make and models that we've had in stock or that exist and are available. I mean, it shifts great like a Subaru. You have to be kind of careful with the Subarus though, because when they do have the 4-wheel one low, it's all the way over to the left, and then you shift, and sometimes just not thinking about it, I just go all the way over by accident, and then I'm in 4-wheel drive going slow, wondering why. And then when I try to go into second gear, I realize I can't because I fucked up and I went to first gear or first low. So you just gotta kind of, you know, be a little easier on it. That's fifth. I said in the walk around too, I usually don't drive cars that have been driven, but I didn't even really get to drive this car, mainly because when we picked it up, I think I said in the walk around, it went straight to North Carolina to Indy, and we literally picked it up from the port, dropped it off at his house, hung out, and then, or drove it to his house, hung out, left, whatever. because some of these hills I'd be struggling with, and this is just easy, you know, like, this thing runs great. And again, the AC is colder than my Miata, or my Unos. See, like, you go all the way over. Sometimes I just be doing that, not paying attention. It's got these numbers on the speedometer. I really don't know if this is true. I'm just assuming that those are supposed to be shift points. I don't know, man. I tried doing it a few times by the way they're doing it. I don't know if it's like shift 1, 2, 3 as in like your shifting motions, because it's definitely not the first gear shift to 20, because this thing is screaming unless you're in second gear before you hit 20 kilometers. So I don't know, man. I mean, there's got to be some purpose for them. I'm just assuming that it's supposed to be not the gear that you're supposed to be in when you shift, but like the motion of, like, the first motion is 2, then the second motion is 3, then the fourth motion is, well, there's not a fourth one, but the third one. You get what I'm saying? Or if you don't, whatever. I'm just trying to ramble until we get to this parking lot. That dude was like, what the fuck is he driving? Almost missed third right there, shit.